Good evening. This is the Module 1 quiz review. So for the directions for the first part, numbers 1, 2, and 3 show all of your work to receive full credit. Identify the following sequences as arithmetic, geometric, or neither. Show work or write a brief explanation to justify your answer. So we can draw a diagram or sequence or this out of here. Or take. So Emilio earned $2 on Monday, $4 on Tuesday, $8 on Wednesday, $16 on Thursday. So not a lot of room here. I'm going to draw a little chart. Let's get a pen. So if I draw a little chart. So on Monday, let's say that's the first day, he earned $2. On Tuesday, the second day, he earned $4. On the third day, Wednesday, he earned 8. And on the fourth day, he earned 16. So what is this pattern? I notice that it is multiplying by 2, right? Multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2. So I'm going to say that that's geometric because it's a common ratio. So geometric, this is enough to show the work right over here, where we did this work right here. You could say maybe, if you wanted to say common ratio. All right, Sophie gave away 5 candies in period 1, 10 candies in period 2, 15 candies in period 3, and 20 in period 4. So I'm going to draw another table. Apologize about the room. I'm going to draw it right up here. I'll draw it in blue. Here's my table. So in period 1, 5, oops. Period 2, 10, period 3, 15, period 4, 20. So it looks like +5, +5, +5. So that looks like it would be arithmetic because it's adding. So I would say arithmetic. You wanted to write something, maybe say adding, or you could say common difference. All right, let's take a look at this. So we got some smiley face. Whoops. Sorry about that. Some smiley faces. So right here I got one smiley face, and I got 2 here, 3, 4. So maybe I'll just write above here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So what kind of series would that be, or sequence? That would be it's going up by 1 every time, right? How many more smiley faces are going to be over here? We could draw a picture if we wanted to. We could draw 5, or this is just going to be arithmetic. I would say common difference or adding. All right, so let's go down a little bit here. Use the dot diagram to answer questions 4 through 7. So let's just scroll up. There's our dots. So the sequence above. So I'm going to write a table over here. Whoops. Sorry, guys. So here's my table. So at stage 1, how many dots are there? There's going to be 4. At stage 2, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At stage 3, it's going to be 9, 10. At stage 4, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12, 13. Okay, let's take a look at this. Looks like I'm going from 4 to 7. I add 3, add 3, add 3. So I would say this is arithmetic. Use function notation to write a recursive function for the above sequence. So I'm going to write my recursive. So I would say would be f of what? I'm going to say that this is going to be f of where I started was 1 equals 4, the semicolon, f of x equals f of x minus 1. And what did I do? That's the previous term. I added 3. So if we want to see where these came from, that 1 came from right there. The 4 came from right there. And the 3 comes from right there. All right? So I'll write an explicit. So when I write an explicit, I'm going to say f of x equals, well, where do I start at? I start at 4. What do I do to 4? I add 3 to it, but I do that at x minus, and I started with the first term. So let's take a look at where this came from again. So the first term, that's right here. The plus 3, that came from right there. And the 4 was right there. So that's our explicit function. How many dots will there be in the 20th stage? Well, I'm going to use my explicit because I don't want to make a table. So I'm going to say f of 20 equals 4 plus 3 times 20 minus 1. That equals 4 plus 3 times 19. Okay? And you're going to run your calculator. You can put that straight in. So we're going to say 3 times 19, which gives me 57. Add the 4 to 57, and we get 61. Whoops. 61. Okay? So that's how many dots at the 20th stage. Describe the difference between recursive and explicit. So I would say recursive uses the previous term explicit uses, let's say, well, let's hold on. So we're going to say for explicit, we're going to use explicit when looking for any term. Video is going to stop, and I'm going to start it up again on another video, so it goes 10 minutes at a time. We'll see you at question 9.